fairly sure that my parents and everyone else in my family thought I was crazy as a child because of how much I loved trees. I cannot even begin to tell you how many times I would see a tree get cut down and I would cry over it because I felt like something was being robbed. You know, we were robbing the tree of its existence. Because in my child eyes, a tree was just as living and relevant in this world as anyone else. And I actually still firmly believe that. And I wanted to share a story about a tree that I really absolutely loved. And I think every child has something in nature that they can connect with. A favorite tree, a favorite flower, a favorite bird, or whatever. And this tree I nicknamed Kathy Lee because I would always watch Regis and Kathy Lee, and I was just like, oh, I'm going to call the tree Kathy Lee. It was a very old and large spruce tree, and every time I would look out one of my southern windows in either my own house or my grandma's house, I would look back in the woods and see this tree towering over every other tree. And I had it in my mind that I was going to go and find it one day. And for years I hadn't, until one day in 4th grade, I decided that I was going to go on an adventure. And when I was riding the bus home, I always would see the tree as I was going by way back in the woods, and I noticed it wasn't there anymore. And I was so upset over it. So I quickly put my things on and stuff, and I got my walking stick, and I went for a walk to find if the tree was still there, and I had found it cut down. And I remember sitting next to the stump and looking at it and crying for a very long time. And it's just one of those really interesting memories that you have a moment where you're appreciating the life of something else, something that many other people would probably look at you and be like, oh, well, you're a freak. And I did get bullied from every now and then for actually liking trees. I would go out outside at recess and I would read something next to a tree, or I would climb a tree, or I loved being around them. They make me feel so comfortable. And losing my favorite tree kind of solidified my love of nature, because it has helped me realize how much we should care about what happens to the environment. I want you guys to do something one day. If we are always caught up in hustle and bustle of everyday life, everything is always moving at such a fast pace. I want you to take a moment, go out, sit in a field, or sit under a tree, or go for a walk in the forest, and just appreciate everything, because we take a lot for granted in this world.